In this video, I'll be talking about how to find area of a triangle. Now, there are four cases where you may be demanded to find the area of a triangle. The first case is when you are given a triangle and you were given the perpendicular height which I will complete this triangle to have. Let's say here's what is angle 90, simply means it's perpendicular to this. And I have maybe there could be a perpendicular angle running from this point to this point, and there could be another one running from this point to this point. This line H1, let me label it H1, is what H2 and H3. H1 is perpendicular towards AC. H2 is perpendicular towards line BC, while H3 is perpendicular towards line what? AB. Remember that what we label in geometry, we label each of the angles with what? Capital letters, while the corresponding sides represent the words, while the opposite what the line represent the words, the corresponding what side. So here is angle B, I have what side B. Here is angle C, I have what side C. So if I want to find the area of this triangle, taking note of all these perpendicular heights, if I consider this line AC, my formula will be what? Which is normally what? Half the base of this triangle will be what? AC, line AC, or you can put B there, times the perpendicular height, which is what? H1, that's the first case. On the other hand, if I want to consider what? Line AB as the base, so I'm going to have 1 over 2 times what? Line what? AB times what? The perpendicular height, which is what? H3. So I have it that way. If I want to consider what? Line what? BC as the base, I'll have 1 over 2 with what? Line BC. So sorry about that. So I have what? Line BC, then times the what? The perpendicular height. This line BC, so perpendicular is what? H2. So this is the first case where you may be actually asked to actually find the triangle, and you'll be given what? The three heights, or one of them. It's not you are not always given the three heights, but one of them is always given. So applying what we have done here, considering this triangle in this manner, as I have it that way, here's what, let me see angle A, I have what? Angle B, I have it what? Angle C. And I was given from here to here to what? 10 meters, then the perpendicular height from here to here should be what? Let's say it's 5 meters, and I'm required to find the area of that triangle. So the area will just be line AC, that's half of what? Line AC times the height. So I have 1 over 2 times what? AC, which is what? 10 times the height. This will cancel this one. I have 5 times what? 5, which is what? 25 meter squared. That is that. So you can be given this side together with what? The height, and be asked to what? To find the area. You still apply what? The same principle. So look at the what? Let's take a look at the second case where you be asked to find the area of a triangle, and without giving the height. Now the second case is something of this nature. You have a triangle in this manner. I have what? Side what? Angle A, angle B, angle C. So this is what? Side A, side B, and side C. If I am given this triangle and there's an angle here which is, let me know what? Theta. I have another one to be here phi. I have another one to be here omega. And I'm required to find the area of this triangle. And I was given any of those angles given to me. If I want to find the area of this triangle, let's assume that I was given side A and C. I will make use of the angle in between A and C without touching any of these two angles. Now, the area of this triangle will be given as what? 1 over 2 times A and C times sine of the angle separating two of them. If I want to consider this angle now, which is phi, I will use what? Line B and C, which will be what? Area of the triangle will be what? 1 over 2 times B, C, sine the phi, which is there. If I want to use what? Side A and B, I'm going to have area to be equal to what? Half AB sine the omega there. So make sure that there's two sides in question they're using, that the angle separating them is the one. That's the angle separating them is the one here in question. When I use AC, I use this angle. When I use BC, I use this angle. When I use AB, I use this angle. Now let us try to put that into practice as well. So looking at this triangle in this manner, let's I have triangle, which is I have it to be what? 30 degrees. and I went to what 4 meters against what 5 meters, and I'm to find the area of this triangle. All I have to do is say what 1 over 2 times what 4 times 5 sine 30. Now 2 into 4 is 2 times what 5 sine 30, and sine 30 from your what trigonometric ratio, you know that what sine 30 is given as what half, which I'm going to have 2 times what 5 times what 1 over 2. So I have what 10 over what 2. This into this, I have what 5 meter squared as the area of that triangle. Now let's take a look at what the third case. In this third case, you will be given what the 3 sides of the triangle without the height or any angle. Let's take a look at it. I have a triangle this way, and I have to what, this is side A, side B, and side C, and I'm required to what to find the area of that triangle. So I will use what the Heron's formula. So which simple is written as what s minus what A bracket what s minus what B bracket what s minus what C with what square root. Which on the other hand, this can equally be said as what your s is given as what a plus what b plus c divided by what 2. So the addition of the 3 sides divided by 2 will give you the s. All you have to do is just what to substitute there. So as to putting that into use, I will have here, let me say I put it about 3, I have it about 7, I have it about 6, and I desire to find the area of this triangle now. All I have to do to get my s is to say 3 plus 7 plus 6. So I have s to be equal to what 3 plus what 7 plus what 6 divided by what 2. So I have what 16 divided by what 2. So that will give me what 8. Now I will put 8 here, 8 here, 8 here, 8 here, because that's what the s is for. So I'm going to have 8 bracket what 8 minus what 3 bracket what 8 minus what 7 bracket what 8 minus what 6. All these enclosed in a single what square root. So I have 8 bracket 8 minus 3 is what 5 bracket up close. 8 minus 7 is what is 1. Then the other one I have what 8 minus 6 is what 2. So I will still include my what square root. Taking this up a little bit, so I'm going to have 8 times 5 is what 40. 40 times 2 is what 80. So I have what root 80, which we can equally leave it to be this way. So I'm going to have what, if here to be what meter, here meter and meter. So I have what root 80 meter squared. Now looking at that, over to the fourth case of that triangle. Now for the fourth case, you will not be given any of the sides, but rather the triangle will be given to you in coordinate form. Let me say here's what coordinates x and y. We have coordinates what p and what q. We have coordinates what m and what k. You normally obtain this kind of coordinate question whenever you plot what maybe a shape on what on graph. You have this triangular form. So you are required to what to find the area of this triangle with what the various coordinates. Now, when you encounter such question, the easiest way is to transform this into what a 3 by 3 matrix. But you must learn to rotate what in clockwise direction when picking the values. Simply means if I start from this p and q, I will rotate this way, pick m and k, pick x and y as the last digit. If I start from this point, I'm taking this as my first point, I'm going to pick the second and this is the third. Starting from here, I'll say this is my first, second, third. So let me begin from here. I'm going to have the formula is given as what? A 1 over 2. Before the determinant sign, I will have x, y. Take this. I can't pick this because this will be what? Anti-clockwise. So I need to go this way. So I have p, q. Then I have what? M with what? K. Complete this with what? 1, 1, and 1. Then enclose the bracket. So simply means find the determinant of that matrix and divide it by 2. That will serve as the area of the triangle in question. Now let us try to what substitute this place with what value. Let's say here is what 3 minus 2. That's minus 2. Let us assume too that here is to be what 6 versus what 5. And I have here to be equal to what 1, 4. And I'm required to find the area of this what triangle. All I have to do is to transform into what matrix to lose that way. So I have the area to be equal to what 1 over what 2. Open the bracket. Starting from this point, I have what 1, 4. The other one will be what 3 minus 2. The other one will be what 6 and 5. complete here with what? 1, 1. Now from that point, it means me to what? Clean this part. All I have to do is to what? To assign the what? Determinant sign. That's plus, the minus, and plus. And pick out the values. But I will not be touching these two until the final what? Answer. Simply means divide the final answer by what? 2. So if I pick the 1, I'm going to have plus 1. Everything under will go. Those aligning will go. So I have minus 2, 5, 1, 1. Minus 2, 5. 1 and 1. So from that point, if I pick the minus 4, I will have under will go, those aligning 3, 6, 1, 1. I have 3, 6, 1, 1. If I pick the what? The plus 1, so this will go, this will go. So I have 3, 6, minus 2, 5. So 3, 6, minus 2 versus what? 5. Now I will start cross multiplication. This is the main diagonal, so I'm going to have plus 1. This times this are minus 2 minus 5 times 1 is what? Minus 5. Minus 4. This times this 3 minus 6 times 1, 6. I have plus 1. This times this 15 minus this times this, I think is minus 12. So from that point, remember I have not touched this 1 over 2, it's still there waiting for me. So I have plus 1 in question. Minus 2 minus 5 is what? Minus 7. Minus 4. So 3 minus this is what? Minus 3. So I have plus 1. 15 minus minus 12 is like saying 15 plus what? 12. So in that manner, this times this I have minus 7. This times I have what? Plus what? 12. So this, before that, 15 plus what? 12 is what? Plus what? 27 in question. So when I have 27, okay, 27 plus what? 7 is what? 20 plus what? 12. So this will give me what? 20 plus this will give me what? 32. Now, divide 32 by 2, which we have left before, that's times 1 over what? 2. This will go into this. I think my answer will be what? 16 unit square as the answer to that question. So if you have any problem concerning that, this is how to solve it. And it looks quite simple when you actually apply what? Metrics in solving the problem concerning that. So thanks for watching. See you next time.